Leo, welcome to your general overview or your in-depth 369. What's going on, please? Show me, Leo. Show me that Leo collective energy. Show me that Leo collective energy. Show me that Leo collective energy. Like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. These are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate. Normal, frustrating but normal. Check your other placement. You will find yourself in there somewhere. What's going on, please? Show me that Leo collective energy. Okay, recent past, or whatever recent is to you, as I describe it. It may have happened 5 years ago, for all I know. Knight of Cups, Two of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so this isn't so recent then. Okay. Fast forward a little bit. Queen of Swords, Nine of Cups, the King of Wands. Oh, yeah. Okay. 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 There's some strong affirmation in here about direction and feeling, but also being logical at the same time. It's like you're having an in-depth discussion with yourself. Don't get me wrong, it could be two people. I'll say upon clarification, but it's like you having a really intense talk with you. Okay. Five of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Lovers. It's I need perspective on this. You're saying I have a history with somebody. Okay. Well, you know, honey, we all got little histories, all right? We all got a couple skeletons in the closet in various states of decomposition, but you know. No, it's Five of Cups. There is some loss here in the future, but it's in reflection of it. So it's looking like you're kind of dragging a skeleton out of the closet, or you're looking at an old ghost there. Five of Cups is echoes of the past, specifically disappointment of the past, usually matters of the heart, regret, loss, remorse, the one that got away, or old unresolved pain with somebody. And in this case, it's old unresolved regret, source of pain, but it's very far away from you. The Hanged Man, and that says perspective. I want to get some perspective on this Five of Cups. So I see you kind of pulling yourself aside, having a talk with you. What does this mean to you? And it's coming up because for some reason the Lovers is on your mind. Strong connection to someone of the past who you used to know. How long has it been? Couldn't say. No bloody idea. But perhaps we will see as we go along. Let's start clarifying. Let's see. Knight of Cups. So again, just as a reminder for everybody, the Knight of Cups are responsible for delivering our stuff outside of ourselves. Our emotions, our 3D movement, action, thoughts, etc. Sometimes I see it coming towards a person. If that's the case, I will tell you. But for the most part, they're meant to represent ourselves. So the Knight of Cups, I see you with a certain level of decision-making and communication here, giving and receiving some sort of Knight of Cups here. And then the Wheel of Fortune happened. Let's take a look. I know I'm breathing heavy today, guys. We had all this rain, and then the sun came out, and with it, pollen. So I live in Central Texas. We have pollen year-round. So the heavy breathing, etc. Normal. I understand it's annoying, but hey, I gotta breathe. And in fact, in case I need to use my inhaler, just FYI, no need to be concerned. It's normal for me. Okay. All right. Let's see that Knight of Cups. Show me that Knight of Cups. Show me that Knight of Cups, please. Show me that Knight of Cups. Show me that Knight of Cups. King of Swords. Oh, yeah. Page of Cups. Four of Swords. Okay. Okay. It felt good. I see you expressing yourself to somebody, but it was relaxed. And it gave you a lot to reflect on. In terms of how you presented yourself, and you kind of had an opportunity to show the strength of your mind. Four Swords, but you didn't rush it, though. It was very casual. It wasn't too intense. It wasn't overly expressive. Whatever this heavy diesel engines, that would be the pickup. It's pickup today. Whatever this is, how you expressed yourself towards it, you did so in a way that says it's sharp, it's reflective. I choose my words carefully. So the King of Swords here with the Four Swords, it's like I think before I speak, and I want to make sure I'm representing my emotions to the best of my ability. It's interesting that you let your King of Swords do that, but for some reason that was an important point to you. We'll see why. I'm kind of curious about the Two of Wands, how the response went back and forth between you and this person. Show me that. Two of Wands, a little bit of waiting, but it's not that much. It's active decision-making, maybe some communication in there. Two of Wands, show me that Two of Wands. You were reflective by choice. You didn't just go rushing in there. You chose your words very carefully. You tried to express yourself. There's a little bit of detachment in here in that you're overthinking what you feel, like you're processing with yourself. Is this correct to say? A lot. But nevertheless, you did try to express yourself. The flow doesn't feel very natural. It feels very, I need to use my words carefully, but it was done so with good intentions in mind, I believe, here with that Four of Swords. Okay. Ten of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Nine of Cups. You did, oh, okay. Okay. And Nine of Cups is over here too. Okay. I see. Okay, I can kind of see why you're being cautious with it. I suppose it makes sense in that respect of, I didn't know if this was going anywhere. So Ten of Pentacles and Nine of Cups, while it makes me personally feel good, I just don't know that it's a strong enough delivery of my feeling for it to be embedded into my everyday world. Ten of Pentacles. So the foundation, as we know, is extensive. Okay, it's not just our personal career and finances or home. It's everything. It's family, it's friends, it's community, it's everything that makes your life solid. Your contribution to it and how it gives back to you. Foundations are not easily built, okay? Because there's a lot of people at play in it, and then there's your own particular involvement, and it's extensive. It's not exclusive to one thought or idea. It's many things. It's the tree of life. The roots touch everything, right? And you're like, I don't know if this is a strong enough feeling, because I see the conservation, I see the caution, and I think it was well intended on your part to be conservative, to approach whatever this is you're expressing to. It's like saying being vulnerable within reason, or showing love within reason, or being cautious with it. Because I don't see you throwing your heart in it. You're like, I'm just going to carefully approach it and carefully engage in it. Because you're saying, while it personally pleases me, Nine of Cups, I don't know if it fits the bigger dynamic of my life. So I see you going back and forth with whatever this is for a minute, okay? The Wheel of Fortune. You didn't seem to be convinced that it had a permanent place in your world, or that it would have long-term stability attached to it. I don't know. Let's see that Wheel of Fortune. Because Ten of Pentacles, in order to acquire it, it has to be stable, right? Your efforts have to be consistent and stable, consistent and stable. And so while you're saying this personally pleases me, I don't know if it's a forever thing. Okay. Well, there you go. Let's see that Wheel of Fortune. Show me 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 that Wheel of Fortune. So time has passed. Let's see that Wheel of Fortune. It's been a minute. For some of you, I'm best describing this situation or scenario as I can see it referenced in your past. And I can tell you right now, since some of you last dealt with this energy, I know this is going to sound like a shocker, but for some of you, we're talking 10 years or more since you last dealt with this scenario I'm describing. So like I said, sometimes recent isn't so recent. More so when they show me time passing. There's a good chance it's way back there, you know? What's going on? Yeah, so some of you, Wheel of Fortune is formally 10, 10 of Pentacles, 10 years or more for some of you. Yes, I understand. Your heart wasn't in it. Your heart wasn't in it. And you made a conscious choice to walk away from it. And that was over time. Your heart was saying, I'm probably best served elsewhere in terms of my interests. You didn't have enough emotional attachment to this to stay. Particularly, there's a point in conflict where you say, Nine of Cups, this personally pleases me. That's why I chose to engage in it at all. However, you raised a couple eyebrows about its permanency, legitimacy, or its stability. Could it lend to a Ten of Pentacles? Is it enough? Is this connect? See you're cautious over here? Cautious delivery of your feelings and vulnerability. Okay. You expressed more of your mind than your feeling towards it. Got it? We on the same page? And while you said you're happy to do that, it feels good in its own way, it wasn't enough for you to convince to stay and keep it, or that it would be in your life long term. And with the fullness of your own heart, you decided to walk. And this happened over time. The Wheel of Fortune. Eight of Cups. You emotionally separated from this. It just wasn't enough for you to stay. It's like Queen of Cups, the Chariot. I see your heart pulling in a different direction that was much stronger altogether. Again, this is very far away. I mean, I think, were you listening when I told you? This is far away. We can take the word recent and throw that away. Okay? The time has passed. Decisions were made. You've moved on with your life. That kind of stuff. Okay? But with Queen of Cups and the Chariot, with a lot of emotional conviction, you said, I'm probably best served in this direction. I'm going to move forward in this way. Okay. You're like, there's not enough here. There's not enough here for me to stay in this. And the Chariot has a very strong forward momentum. And I think you moved your heart forward in other areas, in places that felt more fuller to you. Make sense? Okay. I'm not saying that I can't even really see them, or are they just your reaction to it. And your kind of decision making there. Okay? That's it. Now, let's catch you up to present day. Queen of Swords, King of Wands. I knew both of those were you in some way. I felt like you were having an intense conversation with yourself. And I see your King of Swords over here. And then there's actual natural state of grace energy. That is actually you, as we must remember. And the kings are the fixed signs are the kings. So it's you. There's your mind, which you've already kind of famously showed me how you approached that connection in the past. And then there's your natural energy right there. And in between is the same subject matter. What personally makes you happy? So I'm looking at a Leo now in present day having a little talk with themselves. What makes me happy? As I understand it mentally and as I feel it fire-wise. And in between those is the real you. So 9 of Cups, we must remember, is wish fulfillment propelled by the self. Okay? This is what I wish for based on how I love myself. Therefore, I seek it out. Okay? You are familiar with it. You showed me that back here. We already discussed that. Now let's see what you're thinking about now, because you're seriously having a little talk with yourself here. Queen of Swords, trying to connect with your King of Wands. What's the Queen of Swords saying? Queen of Pentacles. Some of you feel like you might be comfortable in the idea of new love, maybe. Maybe want that loving, nurturing, caring support, from somebody. Okay. Show me that Queen of Swords, show me that Queen of Swords, show me that Queen of Swords. Show me that Queen of Swords, show me that Queen of Swords. Let me make this clear. No Leo I'm looking at should be offended by this. You did what you felt was right for you. If you cannot emotionally stay and invest, you have your answer. You really felt your heart would be better served elsewhere, so you gravitated towards that. That's what I want for people. Know what's right for you, okay? But sometimes we go back to the drawing board. This is also correct. Life is not a straightforward shot. If you think it is, oh boy. Okay. Are you a robot? Because no. Okay. Let's see that Queen of Swords. Show me that Queen of Swords. It takes time and refinement to understand who we are, what we're doing, and why we're doing it. Yeah, see, Queen of Pentacles, there it is. See, there's something in you, man. Oh, we're past 10 minutes, that's fine. Anyway, still freaking called it. It was slow to arrive. Your mind is aching for nurturing, care, love, and support. And it feels like you've waited a long time to feel the strength of that particular movement. And where is it leading you? Your mind is demanding answers. Why aren't we there yet, Leo? Why aren't we there? Why do I not have the love, nurturing, care, and support that I want and crave and need in my life? Three of Wands, Knights of Pentacles. You're reflecting on the past and the decisions you made, and your mind's putting you through it. Like the decisions that led us here. Why are we here? Why do we still feel a longing and an ache for that fulfillment of nurturing and support without having to ask for it? It's just there. Why isn't it there yet, Leo? So you're asking some very hard questions, but they're honest. And the biggest one is like, Leo, why do we still feel like we're waiting? It's interesting. I wonder what answer you come up with. I'm actually going to bounce over to your King of Wands. I want to see what he's saying. Because that's your dominant fire. So I know what your mind's telling you. Right? Where is it? I've been dating forever. Where is it? Where's my forever nurturing, care, love, and support? Well, everything begins with the self, first and foremost. So I want you to love you more. Okay? And then that need to look out forever on the horizon and things feel so slow, that starts to go away. When you love yourself, you love your life. You never feel like you're waiting on anybody or anything, because you're not. You're too busy loving yourself and greeting the world with your own particular enthusiasm and set of skills and experiences. Okay? So if you feel like you're waiting, you probably are. So I want you to pull that back. Love yourself more. Okay? Be mindful of your own, how you love, nurture, and care, and support yourself first and foremost, and then we can talk about someone else. So just be mindful of that. I can see that you have a very sharp mind. Use it. Let's see that King of Wands. Show me that King of Wands. Show me that King of Wands, please. Show me that King of Wands. Show me that King of Wands. What's your response to that? Manifestation, the Tower, Page of Swords. Oh, you're going to have some insight soon about what it is you've been manifesting. It's going to kind of change how you approach those kind of universal requests. It's interesting. Very. You're manifesting, but you're really changing the way you're manifesting. And how you're doing it is surprising even you. It's that strong idea of, I always thought I knew what I wanted, but maybe I was wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, universe, because it seems to me I shouldn't feel like I'm longing or waiting that much, right? So maybe what I've been manifesting is wrong? Oh, I think we're onto something here. The Magician. Know what I want? Do I? Page of Swords. Let's go back to the drawing board on this. It's kind of like an admission. Maybe I don't know what I've been manifesting. It's a strong one. I have to agree with you. You know, we can get so stubborn, so tunnel vision. I know what I want. I know what I want. I know what I want. And yet here you are, despite your insistence that you know what you want, you still feel empty-handed. Mm-hmm. You're showing me the passage of time, not once but twice, that you're still dissatisfied. And it's a calm conversation with yourself. It really is. And thus, I think that Tower is born. You have to remember, guys, Towers, they're as scary in as much as you are incapable of making change. The more incapable you are of making change, the more anything's going to scare you that poses as change. Particularly where inside towers are concerned. Outside towers are easy by comparison. The shit we learn about ourselves, that's the most shocking stuff. Outside things happening, you know, we'll deal with it. More often than not, we'll deal with it. Those internal towers can be quite the you-know-what. And there's an admission here. I thought I always knew what I was manifesting. And I always thought I was manifesting in my best interest. And yet here I am, Queen of Swords. Thank you for confirming that. You're right. I always feel like I'm wanting. And what is it, guys? Love, nurturing, support. So, Page of Swords suggests you're starting over with what it is you know. And there's the admission, I don't know much. I need to learn about those things. And I think that's where your Nine of Cups is coming in. Okay. Let's say that Nine of Cups, what you understand makes you happy is perhaps what you're relearning. Imagine, if you will, if we're talking about love in the classic sense of love, nurturing, caring, home, support, the person we can rely upon, which is what you show me has been the interest here this whole time. So imagine you're like, yeah, I want all that. I just want them to be, 5'9", with blonde hair and green eyes, and then I'm fine, I'm happy. Guess what happened? You're so convinced that you know that that's what's for you and that's what you want, that you're going to be searching for a long time. Because let's say you got that person that meets that exact criteria, and you absolutely hate them. You didn't say anything about a good heart, or that they are loving, nurturing, caring, and supportive, and that they have your best interest in heart. You approach people like their shopping list, you're going to get what you get. And there is such a thing, if you're not acquainted with it, called buyer's remorse. So, don't buy into any false manifestations. Something here, I'm not saying you're shallow, I'm saying something here has continuously not shown up for you. It puts you in a position of you having to look at yourself and what it is you really desire. Let's see that Nine of Cups, specifically how you love yourself. Let's see that Nine of Cups. Show me that Nine of Cups. Show me that Nine of Cups. I say you look restless, but reasonable. In other words, you're willing to listen to the feedback from the universe and yourself, which is good. That's half the job right there. When you watch real tarot, you should be seeing the reflections of change and inner work. Otherwise, it's not real tarot. Okay? Nine of Cups. All right. I'm not saying you have to like me or my work, but know the difference. Okay? You tricky Actually, not tricky. But still, it's there. That Nine of Cups. It's like, oh, maybe I don't know what I want. Maybe you're right. With the moon there and the Hanged Man. Ooh. Ooh. Going inside, doing that subconscious work. There you go. It's not an active lie. It's not an active lie. It's a suspended truth that's been waiting to come forward. And if you allow it to come through, what it is that actually represents how you love yourself with the Nine of Cups, and therefore what you would deserve, and therefore should manifest. Okay, it's all in there. But then above all is your empowerment. Stepping into this, allowing yourself to see it, represents true empowerment. I, Leo, understand these things about myself to be true. This is what I've been doing, and I know it doesn't work. Time has passed. I have enough evidence to see that nothing for one reason or another has worked out. I'm strong enough to go in there and give myself some deep, overdue reflection about what it is that so-called makes me happy. I'm going to do some inner work on that. God dang that tarot lady. And I'm going to come out the other side empowered. Yes, you are. He's there. He's been there this whole time. Empowerment. That's all he is. If he's used correctly, he represents empowerment. If used incorrectly, it's just subconscious stubbornness. This is what I want, and I know it, and I'm sticking to it. Was that some subconscious stubbornness, even though you have a lot of evidence that suggests this is not good for you? Or it's not good for you, but it's not right for you either. You have a lot of time here. It says you're still doing this. I know myself. I still don't feel loved or nurtured, cared or supported. Going within and looking like you're stubbornly holding out for an idea of what your manifestation's supposed to look like, instead of listening to yourself, creating that necessary, critical, and healthy feedback loop between you and you. Leo, have we been manifesting very well? Maybe not. That's a big admission right there. I really like this in blowing up our manifestation concepts, starting over with an open mind. This is one of the few times I will see the Page of Swords in a good position. That was really good, actually. That's quite impressive. So, going back to the drawing board on that, maybe we don't know ourselves half as well as we think we do. Maybe I've just been stubbornly holding out for an ideal that isn't true. Shit. That's a big step. That's a huge step. You know? And it's not for everyone. Most people will just double down and be like, yeah, keep going with that, babe. You'll get really far. No, that's great. That's fantastic. Good job. This is going to take a minute. Don't rush it. As far as I can tell, there's something about your past here that represented a turning point of reflection. Even if it is 10 years later, you still think about it. A connection I see you cautiously engage with, but you didn't give the best of yourself too. And there's something about that you think about, and it pulls on you, and it pulls on you. It's like a thread. It's unraveling that sweater. I want you to. And that way you can reconstruct a better sweater, one that actually loves you, supports you, and fits you just so. Yeah? Okay. Because you do. You want something that fits you like a glove, honey. And stop carrying around preconceived notions about what that's supposed to look like. I want you to check back in with yourself. You're not giving yourself nearly enough credit for what actually would work for you, love you like you love yourself. Okay? All right. Yeah, there. You're working on it. I like your conclusion. Kind of goes out with a bang there. Shit. I like it. I do. A lot of people are showing me that Piscean energy. For many of you, you'll be processing a lot of this stuff in the general overview, roughly around the next month, okay, until the next full moon. Yeah, that's the Pisces energy right there. Everybody's getting hit with that Piscean season energy, which makes sense. It's the best time to really get in touch with your intuition. So anyway, enough of that. FYI. All right, now, 5 of Cups. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's see those echoes of the past, yeah? Let's see that 5 of Cups, please. Show me that 5 of Cups. 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 So if I title your message Subconscious Stubbornness, how many of you will get like super pissed with me? you know, I love all my collectives, but I'm still a Scorpio. I gotta, ding. I gotta do something. I know those titles piss people off. Just kind of shows you how superficial, vain, and, well, just now. Just give me now. Let me know everything I need to know in the title right now. I don't want to watch a 40-minute message. It's at your cost, not mine, honey. The message is done on my end. We're people who think like that, you know? Oh, I want what I want. When do I want it? Now. I don't actually want to pay attention to it, though. 5 of Cups. You know? Let's see that 5 of Cups. I'm not making fun of you guys. Just in the general sense, it's what I experience as someone who does this 13 times a week. All right, now, let's see that 5 of Cups, please. Yeah. The 7 of Wands. Yeah. King of Cups. Oh, Queen of Cups. Oh, matching harmony. Oh, my. Oh, that hits. Yeah, that's going to hit the heart in a funny way. You showed me a Queen of Cups. You're saying there's other things out there for you, something that hits stronger. You had a driving force. I got to move in a particular direction. The last time I really saw a strong sense of emotional self was in the past in connection with this somebody. And we're reflecting on that now. 5 of Cups. There is a sense of, but again, it's far away. Okay. This shouldn't have you like crying in your milk, if you will. This is old pain. It's something that you are now beginning to allow yourself to bring the blocks down on it. 7 of Wands, the defensiveness on a particularly sore subject about maybe that person, that situation did represent a certain emotional frequency that we could both have participated in. There's a loss there. Yeah. King, Queen of Cups, they're a matching pair. And I saw your Queen of Cups. When you walked away from this and you moved on with your life, you probably made, I'm guessing, the foundation, the core of your life, the core of your world, as a lot of people do. There's neither right or wrong. It's just a priority. That's it. It's no easy thing to do. It takes time. But we are now thinking about this now, the blockage of the past. So mind you, the 5 of Cups is in a future position. So at some point in the future, you're going to look at those old echoes. They're not going to hit the way they used to. Okay? But the defensiveness around the subject is going to come down. And I see you contemplating your heartache towards somebody who, in all likelihood, could have matched you. Perhaps you didn't see him that way at the time. After all, I did see you with a very cautious opening and expressing your heart towards somebody. Your mind met it more than your heart did. King of Swords, bless him, it's not his gig. It's not his gig. When you give somebody with a sword to handle their matters of the heart, the only time we want that to happen is in surgery. Not in expression. And developmental expression. I'm trying to develop feelings with you, so I'll go ahead and approach that with a sword. I see why you did it. But I don't think it allowed you to bond with this. Because I see you looking at that now, that bonding element. Where was I at the time? Right, back then. That allowed me to approach my communication with this with a sword. Why wasn't I open-hearted towards it? So it's a soft reflection now. I don't want this to disturb you. It's a soft reflection in the future. Your defenses around this are down. There's an admission here that I might have had an emotional frequency with somebody more than I understood at the time, and that's okay. Okay? I want to see why you're reflecting on it. The Hanged Man as part of your moon in the revelation. We got it. All right. Show me that Hanged Man. Show me that Hanged Man. Show me that. Oh, the Hanged Man for the Hanged Man just tried to pop out right there. Okay. Lots of contemplation. So much contemplation. You need it. You're a deep thinker, honey. I got that. I also am convinced it's that deep thinking and your ability to rationalize things that's allowed you to pull back from deep emotional connectivity, even with the stuff that might have been best for you. But here, if you have that conviction, that's not right, it's not right, it's not right, you're going to believe it. And it's always going to keep you separated, even from the things that are right. If you're convinced something's not right, that's how it is. You'll end up proving yourself right. There you go. Let's see that Hanged Man. What you gonna do about it? That's what I want to know. I got a strong connection over here. All right. Oh, yeah, we're thinking about that Eight of Cups over here. Yeah. We walked away, Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor. You're reflecting on this now. Okay. Yeah. Lots of reflection. You're going to enter a phase of deep contemplation. This seems to be very familiar to you. You know this phase. You're very familiar with it. That Hanged Man that I saw over here under your moon. There's the Emperor. I'm glad to see both of those guys are out of the moon now. There he is. I told you he was going to come out of the moon and really show empowerment. And I see you deeply contemplating Eight of Cups, your emotional sense of distance and numbness. So while indeed I called it, you did concentrate on your foundation, that which matters to you, longevity, stability, having all your ducks in a row and everything that immediately surrounds you that's important. Cool. You did focus on that. But part of the things you contemplate is at Eight of Cups when you emotionally detached from something that you wanted to pull towards, that you wanted to connect with. And I think you wanted it to connect to you, but you couldn't commit to it emotionally. There was always a buffer that was your mind between yourself and that connection. Even though it's looking like emotionally, we're seeing it now, the potential to connect with them in a much deeper way was always there, you know. And you're being a big Leo. You're being a big Leo. You're looking at all this stuff now. And this is in the future, and most of it, again, is heavily contemplative. I'm very curious if you're going to switch into a mode of action at some point in the future. Let's take an alternate, even if you do, by the way, tarot doesn't dictate shit, you do. So even if you resonate with it, you may not do anything with this at all. That's what choice is. That's what free will is. Okay? But still, I'm very curious. You got beautiful lessons in here, reflection points. What is empowerment? You know, the success of my stability, and yet here I am still feeling like I'm wanting something or someone. Here it is. What are we going to do about it? Show me this lovers connection. Show me the lovers. 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 I do believe when I see you in your chariot, I do believe you picked another heart space. I do. But at the time, you might have been carefully considering energies or connections back then. And while one felt okay, it didn't seem to have a strong enough drive, particularly as it related to stability as you understood it then. I keep coming back to this. That seems to be such a core component. I don't know why. Oh, we don't want that. I never, ever shuffle upside down, so as soon as I catch it, I'll reverse it. Because once you get in that habit, it stays that way. I can't stand I can't stand it. I have my own particular method. I do not shuffle upside down. Okay, let's see that lovers. Show me the lovers, show me the lovers, show me the lovers, show me the lovers, show me the lovers. Like, I'm left-handed. If you gave me a pencil in my right hand, I wouldn't know what to do with it. It's alien. It's weird. I just don't shuffle upside down. Show me the lovers, please. Show me the lovers. Okay. Ace of Swords. Oh, yes. The Hanged Man. You're still contemplating Seven of Swords. I see you trying to talk yourself out of doing something when actually you want to do the opposite of that. So this is where you had the theory. It's time to put it into practice. You're saying you need more time because you have a strong truth in here at the Ace of Swords, and it's being combated by the Seven of Swords. It's a delay tactic. You're saying you don't know what to do. That's not true. You've given this lots of contemplation. I told you not to rush it, and you didn't. You've had so much time to contemplate, Leo, and there's going to come a point in your timeline where you are going to choose to take action or do nothing at all. I cannot see a dominant side at all. It's literally down the middle. It's a 50-50. To do something or to do nothing. You're saying you need to think about that some more too. So what that doing something looks like, bare minimum, it involves communication. Based on your strong thought. You're like, I can either engage with that or I can leave it alone. So it's been a long time since you've talked to it. Engaged with it in any way. You seem to be straddling that particular fence as well. So I know it calls you. And your motivations are your motivations. I know that you're feeling more empowered. I know that you are trying to define a stronger sense of manifestation. Not assume that you know what you're doing anymore. You seem to be done with that. But when it comes to this particular connection, you're still asking a question about, should I reapproach it? Should I do something with it? Because it seems to be, for the Leo I'm looking at, the last strong marker you had that intersects this concept of it. It could have been emotionally loving and supportive, but I went a different way. I don't know what you're going to do. I know you're used to deep reflection, and I know you're used to taking your time. I'm glad you're not identified as someone who's used to being rushed. You seem to do a lot of things on your term and on your terms and in your own time, which is great. I just don't like seeing conflict in people. I hope you'll resolve it, because I honestly don't know. You don't either. I only see in as much as you are energetically prepared to see it yourself. So, Ace of Swords, the Hanged Man. You're like, I need more time with my so-called truth here. You know, Seven of Swords. Not today. Not today. You know, it can wait a little more. It can wait a little more. Okay. So, I can kind of see that. You had to go into a space of, I can't assume that what I'm manifesting is correct, or, you know, you're trying not to take that for granted anymore. Okay. And while your heart space seems to resonate with somebody, or at least you have the idea that it did, or it could have done, you're not done reflecting on it, what it could mean, and what it could potentially mean. What are the consequences if you choose to re-engage with it? I honestly don't know. I have no more advice for you on this. I'm not doing any additional. I'm just saying what is roughly what's hitting you now, and what's carrying over into your future as well. Progress, please. For some of you, August might be important. I'm not sure. April, August. Everybody's different. And then there's heavy references to the Hanged Man, and that's the formal Roman numeral. Excuse me. Sometimes it's fun being me. That's the formal number of 12. Okay. So December possibly could be involved. Oh. Okay. Very prominent, like I said, for some of you in spring, April. Specifically, as I have seen the Emperor a couple of times, and he is 4. Okay. Well, that was quite sharp. On a foggy day. On a foggy day. This is for some of you, not all of you. On a snowy day. In other words, weather's a little different. Okay. There might have, and for some of you within 2 years. Yeah, the Hanged Man can be quite the delay. Just so long as he is active and not passive. That means we're actively learning, actively reflecting, and actively gaining new perspective. If you have kind of wiped out any preconceived notions of what it is to manifest and just insisting you know what's right for you, that timeline would actually make sense. Okay? That timeline for some of you would make sense. For others of you, right around the corner, what we would call spring. Okay? I would love to know. I would. Okay, we have the medallion of Virgo. Some of you might have some very interesting Virgo in your chart. Could have been connecting to one. The letter J, the Eiffel Tower, the height of romanticism that's built in reality. In other words, it's obtainable, it's possible. But you have to know that that's indeed what you want. Gecko, Aries, Leo, Sag, fast moving in terms of thought, feeling, and emotion. We have the cat, intuition, and then the bat, wanting to hone in on the particular signal that is unique to your mate. Okay, I know that that drive and desire is there. May it come true. Leo, honey, I do hope this helped you. I know it's inconclusive, but then so is your energy surrounding this issue. So hopefully I'll see more progress for you next week, or maybe not. Perhaps I will tune into a different subject altogether. I don't know. Regardless, put in the comments. Take care. Be well.